This beef costs $1,200 per pound. It melts at human body temperature. The chef who serves it hasn't spoken English to a customer in 30 years. And this morning, a Silicon Valley executive flew 14 hours just to eat here. There's an underground world of steak obsession most people never discover. 5 restaurants guard the deepest secrets. What they've learned about beef will change how you see food forever. Right now, in 5 cities around the world, people are planning their lives around a single meal. A pharmaceutical heiress just finished her 8th month of Japanese lessons. A tech CEO's assistant sends the same email every month to a Tokyo basement. A grandmother in Buenos Aires counts the same stack of pesos for the 6th time. Here's what most people don't know. These 5 restaurants aren't just cooking beef differently, they're using completely different beef. Genetically, chemically, molecularly. In Japan, Tajima cattle bloodlines stretch back 12 generations. Each cow's genetics tracked like a pharmaceutical trial. In Argentina, cattle graze on grass with mineral compositions that don't exist anywhere else on Earth. In Brooklyn, beef ages in conditions that create bacteria cultures found nowhere else in America. This isn't about money. This is about accessing genetic material that's literally unavailable to the general public. Starting with the place that proved stubbornness can be science. Peter Luger's aging room hasn't changed since 1887. No modern refrigeration, no sterile environment. What they've accidentally created is a bacterial ecosystem that exists nowhere else on Earth. The beef develops flavors that food scientists can't replicate in labs. After exactly 28 days, something magical happens. The meat transforms into something that ruins your taste buds for everything else. 1 degree warmer or colder, and it doesn't work. Here's what they don't want you to know. The Luger family refuses to reveal which bacterial strains they use. Food scientists from Cornell have been trying to replicate this process for decades. They always fail. The secret dies with the family. Wall Street clients become addicted after 1 meal. Literally. Once you taste meat aged in 137-year-old bacterial cultures, regular steak tastes like cardboard. They fly here monthly like drug addicts. The secret they won't tell you. Order the porterhouse medium rare, ask for extra charred fat, and request the corner table where the aging room door opens. The aroma hits differently there. But Brooklyn's accidental science can't match London's intentional revolution. Hawksmoor built aging caves 47 feet underground beneath London. Natural limestone keeps everything at the perfect temperature without any refrigeration. The humidity stays perfect from groundwater that's been flowing for 200 years. They use Dexter cattle, so rare it almost went extinct in 1970. Only 847 breeding pairs left worldwide. The near extinction created meat with fat patterns that look like abstract art. Here's the classified part. The exact cave location isn't on any city planning documents. Hawksmoor deliberately keeps it off public records. Even London city engineers don't know where these caves are. They guard the location like a state secret. Here's the insane part. Aging beef for 70 days down here creates the same brain pleasure chemicals as aged cheese. The meat becomes naturally addictive. Your brain releases dopamine when you smell it. Michelin chefs sneak here because they literally can't get this meat anywhere else. The Dexter cattle are already reserved by 3 restaurants for the next 7 years. It's like a cartel, but for beef. But British innovation pales next to Argentine mysticism. Don Julio sources cattle from a ranch where the soil is literally different from anywhere else on Earth. The grass contains minerals that make the meat taste like it's been naturally seasoned from the inside out. Here's what they're hiding. Their soil analysis is classified. Agricultural scientists have been trying to access the mineral composition data for years. Don Julio refuses every request. They'd rather lose research partnerships than reveal what makes their soil unique. The fire burns wood from trees that only grow in this region. The smoke penetrates deep into the meat and creates flavors that food scientists still can't explain. It's like the beef absorbs the essence of Argentina itself. Their firemaster reads temperature by flame color. After 23 years, he doesn't need instruments. Blue flames with orange tips means perfect temperature. Get it wrong, and the mineral-enhanced meat overcooks in seconds. Here's what blew my mind. People cry when they taste this. Grown adults weep because the beef tastes like childhood memories they never had. Something about the minerals triggers emotional responses in your brain. The secret knowledge. Ask for Corte del Maestro, the cut the firemaster selects personally. It's never on the menu. You have to know to ask. Argentina perfected nature, but Japan turned beef into technology. Kawamura sources from a farm where cattle wear monitors that track their stress levels 24/7. If a cow gets stressed, it's immediately removed. They've created the most pampered cattle on Earth. The cattle listen to Mozart because specific sound frequencies keep them calm. Their muscle develops differently when they're relaxed. The meat literally tastes like serenity. But here's the trade secret. The specific Mozart frequencies are classified. No other restaurant knows the exact sound patterns they use. Audio engineers have tried to reverse engineer it from recordings. They can't crack the code. Chef Kawamura times every piece with a stopwatch. 90 seconds exactly. The meat transforms at 89.7 seconds. Go 1 second longer and it's ruined. He's watching molecular changes happen in real time. The marbling isn't random. It's genetic engineering through breeding. 7 generations of creating perfect fat patterns. Each bite releases flavors in a specific sequence as it warms in your mouth. Diners sit in stunned silence after eating here. The experience breaks their brains. Some people book return flights before leaving the restaurant. Genetic mapping of marbling patterns, fat distribution analysis, flavor release timing. But even Kawamura's precision is child's play compared to what's hidden in a Tokyo basement. Aragawa serves beef from cattle that live better than most humans. Daily massages, perfect sleep schedules, stress therapy that pharmaceutical companies study for human medicine. The beef melts at body temperature. Not metaphorically, literally. The fat has been bred to liquefy at 96 degrees. Touch it with your finger and watch it dissolve like butter left in the sun. Here's the ultimate secret. The complete breeding program details are locked in a vault. Only 3 people alive know the genetic process. When one dies, they train a replacement before revealing anything. It's like nuclear launch codes, but for beef. There's no reservation system. The chef keeps a handwritten list of 847 approved diners worldwide. When someone dies, their spot opens up. People include their Aragawa approval in their wills. Each piece costs $1,200 because the math is insane. One cow produces 14 servings. It costs $55,000 to raise one cow. The price isn't markup, it's mathematics. The chef observes you from the moment you find the door. Walk with respect, get the best cut. Rush in on your phone, get sent away. He's reading your character before you even sit down. People emerge from here speaking in whispers. They've experienced something that shouldn't exist. Beef that defies the laws of physics and biology. Here's the mind-blowing truth. These aren't really restaurants. They're research labs disguised as dining rooms. Each one spent decades solving a different piece of the beef perfection puzzle. Peter Luger cracked accidental perfection through bacterial aging. Hawksmoor solved the rare genetics problem. Don Julio mastered mineral enhancement. Kawamura perfected stress-free breeding. Aragawa achieved impossible fat modification. Together, they've created knowledge that took centuries to develop. Techniques that can't be Googled, secrets that only exist in these 5 places on Earth. The people who fly across oceans for these meals aren't chasing luxury. They're accessing the endpoint of human knowledge about beef. Techniques that took centuries to develop. Genetic material that can't be replicated. Environments that exist nowhere else on Earth. When that pharmaceutical heiress learned Japanese for 8 months, she wasn't just earning a dinner reservation. She was gaining access to knowledge that exists nowhere else. You can't read about beef that melts at body temperature in books. You have to experience it. This is why tech executives fly monthly to Tokyo basements. Why hedge fund managers trade restaurant connections like insider stock tips. They're not buying dinner. They're accessing secrets that took generations to discover. These meals don't just feed you. They break your understanding of what food can be. People emerge fundamentally changed, like they've witnessed magic that shouldn't exist in the real world. 5 restaurants. 5 secrets. 5 pieces of beef knowledge you can't get anywhere else on Earth. Start with Peter Luger to understand accidental perfection. Move to Hawksmoor for intentional innovation. Experience Don Julio for mineral mastery. Witness Kawamura's technological precision. But save Aragawa for last. When you're ready to experience what happens when human obsession pushes beyond the possible into something that redefines your understanding of what food can become. The question isn't which one you'll visit first. The question is whether you're ready to discover what beef perfection actually means. Next week, the 5 cocktail bars where bartenders guard molecular secrets that redefine what alcohol can do to your brain. Subscribe if you're ready to access knowledge the general public never sees.